Hey, what's up, you guys? This is WD3 and your Hill Report news break. Thank you guys for taking a break with me. Let's get straight into it. Many people are wondering, with so few days left to go in the election, why is Kamala Harris not campaigning hard? I'll tell you why she's not campaigning hard. Because the Democrats never intended for her to win, right? Uh, that's one. But let me tell you why they never intended her to win. They never intended her to win because there's a big problem over in the Middle East, and it's called Israel. Everyone knows that all of the surrounding countries, including Russia and Turkey, Iran, and many other powerful countries, they are against Israel because they figured out that it's just an American outpost to control that region of the world. They're sick of it. They've introduced a new financial system, the BRICS nation, which opposes the US dollar, the hegemony around the world, and its national international currency status. That's gone. Inflation has taken over America. What the Democrats are planning, they put a puppet candidate up there, just a placeholder. They put her up there to lose. That's why they won't allow her to campaign. If you think that that woman is stupid with all of her accomplishments, think again. If you think the people behind her are stupid and incompetent, think again. They've won just about as many elections as the Republicans in history. So these people are not stupid. They're not dumb. What they intend to do, if you remember the riots in Minnesota, right? Tim Walz was the governor at that time in Minnesota. And he said instead of calling the National Guard, he just wanted to open the window and smell it burn. Right? So you have a nihilist as the vice presidential campaign candidate, which was never meant to be vice president. The Harris Walz ticket was never meant to win. What they intend to do is what Muhammad Ali called the rope a dope, right? The rope a dope. You let your opponent win. Well, first, let's take a step back. If they couldn't put Trump in jail, right? That would have been a strategy to win. If they put him in jail, then they would have cleaned up the border situation. They would have given amnesty, path to amnesty for the folks who were already in here. Uh, Inflation, who knows? It probably would have went lower. But they knew that Trump was a juggernaut, right? He's a candidate that we haven't seen in a very long time since Barack Obama and some other figures that just sweep the political world off of their feet. The Democrats won. If they couldn't get Trump put in jail, uh, there's been two assassination attempts on him in a couple months, right? Unprecedented amount of heat on Donald Trump's head. But these things are not working, right? Everybody's coming down on the Secret Service, but give credit to the Secret Service because they are basically not letting their bosses plan. The Democrats are in power right now. If you guys haven't heard, Joe Biden is president right now. This just in, he's been president for the last 4 years. Um, but what the Democrats intend to do is let Donald Trump win if the election is held. Then he will get blamed for the destruction of Israel because Israel is not going to last for the next 4 years. The Iranians, the Hezbollah, Hamas, Turkey, Russia, they're all right there at Israel's doorstep. They didn't let America and Israel take over Syria. Once the Syrian plan went under, America knew that it had no more power in the Middle East. That's why Joe Biden pulled out of Afghanistan because it was pointless, right? Why would you try to surround Iran if you are losing the war and you can't throw around your power? They thought they could just take down Syria like they could take down Iraq. They thought they could take down Syria the way that they took down uh, some of the other countries that we went into, uh, namely Afghanistan. Egypt even had a regime change. But the Syrian stop by President Putin of Russia was the turning point of world events. Now, in up you know, move forward to modern times. Don't worry about all the stars that are being indicted, because what's happening now is Israel is putting forth a last big push to try to save its country. It's not going
Over the course of the 2020 Minneapolis riots, hundreds of buildings were burned, vandalized, or looted. It amounted to $500 million in damage. Why did it take 3 days after George Floyd was killed for the state of Minnesota to send the National Guard into the city to quell the violence and destruction? It's a question that the people of Minneapolis have asked for years, and now it has become a national question and a Republican tackline ever since Tim Walz, who was Minnesota governor during the riots as he is today, became the Democratic candidate for vice president. This is a guy who says he stands for public safety, but actively encouraged the rioters who burned down Minneapolis. But how much of that charge is deserved, and how much of it is just partisan mudslinging? I traveled recently to Minneapolis to interview close to 20 people with direct experience of the riots: neighbors, police officers, activists, community leaders, and small business owners. I asked them if they thought their governor was to blame for what happened. You can read my reporting today in the Free Press at thefp.com.
Well, thank you guys for taking a break with me, WD3, in the Hill Report News Break. As you guys can see, we're talking about why is Kamala Harris not campaigning? Well, as we stated before, because she does not intend to win. They intend to let Trump win, create hell on earth. The Middle East is falling apart for Israel. It's going to be blamed on Trump. I'm telling you guys. If you have any wealth as a black man or as a minority in this country, it's probably better for you to start converting that wealth into tangibles like gold, silver. I don't think property is the investment right now, because property is going to be worth nothing when it's chaos all over the United States. Um, if you're storing a lot of food right now, if everybody's running around in chaos and you're cooking and you got a generator, your lights are on and you're cooking and you're trying to live uh, like you like everything is okay and every chaos all around, well, you're going to be a sitting duck. So don't fall for the storable food or the generator trick. The scripture says when these times come, you're gonna have to be like a pilgrim on earth. You're gonna have to be ready to just move with whatever you have on your back. I'm telling you guys right now, Kamala is not campaigning because the Democrats are holding the nation hostage. They're holding the political system hostage. They really don't even want to win because they don't want to deal with the destruction of Israel under their watch, right? It's it's an inevitability. This is something that hasn't happened since 1947 when it became a state, right? And when Israel got from
I don't know why anybody would be surprised that your girl Kamala Harris is failing in the polls. That's what CNN is reporting. They did a roundtable and they're basically saying how horrible she's doing in interviews. They're saying she's too vague. All she did was memorize some lines in a debate that she lost against Donald Trump. And she says the same old things in each interview differently to make you think she's saying something new, and then she never answers the question. Which makes me believe that it's her talented team that she has working for her. They're doing all the work, and she's just the face in front. She's not relatable. She's a puppet. She's not believable. She's a manipulator. She doesn't love America. She thinks she can change America. She could have just headed herself back on over there to India and try to change them over there. Leave us alone. See, they thought Donald Trump would be unalived by now. That's how they thought they was going to win.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Hill Report. This is WD3, the news break. Very, very somber message, but I want you guys to watch this over and over and get the points that I'm making. You won't get these points anywhere else. Nowhere. Nobody will have the guts to tell you this. Kamala is not campaigning because she doesn't intend to win. This is WD3, and this is your Hill Report News Break.